Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons and Dummies, a weekly podcast following four friends as they battle across a homebrewed world called Antiriath in Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. Step into our mystical world called Antiriath and follow our party of three dummies as they adventure across the lands. Talik Grug, half-orc, half-mystery, the fighter, played by Taylor. Bodyknot Greenleaf, the halfling rogue with a penchant for taking things that don't belong to him, played by Josh. And the ever-mysterious Eclarian Shadow, half-elf ranger from the Eclarian Mountains, played by Seth. And last but not least, the creator of our beautiful world, the man of many voices, and our dungeon master, Sam. Hello, Dungeons and Dragons and Dummies listeners, and welcome back to the show. Please take a moment, if you're enjoying the show, give us a rating and a review on your podcast app, and tell a friend while you're at it. Also, check us out on Instagram at DNDNDummies, or if you're much younger and much cooler than us, you can check us out on TikTok as well. I believe it's the same handle. So on last week's episode, you find our party in the grotto. They snuck down a secret staircase and murdered a drunken dwarf with some sort of magical gun axe. That's quite the mouthful. They decide to head back to Biliatok to report to Baron Debilia, and as they stop in Heathertone to rest, they find the city on fire. Talik and Shadow rush in to the inn to find Aubrey trapped under a burning staircase. They pull her to safety, pull her outside. As they're investigating the town, the druid appears. He's got some sort of orb in his hand that blasts our mounts, Jeffrey and Revenge, with some sort of arcane energy. We're not quite sure what happened. As we stand in front of the druid, he begins to tell us what is going on. And that is where we will pick up this episode.
The druid looks back at you guys and he says, "The time for the sapient races to return to the wilderness has come. And I will help the beasts of the land return the hut dwellers to the wilds or to the dirt. You can join me, or you can join them." And he nods to the corpses littering the ground. He says, "If you want to join me, find me at the Old Moon's tower." With that, he tucks the orb away, and he looks down at this deer that's standing in the front, and he seems to look at him for a long time, and the deer like nods up to him, and then the druid turns into an eagle and begins to fly away.
There's the wizard we needed with the eagle.
Fuck. What's the deer do?
The deer looks back at you guys, and he hoofs the ground a couple times.
What's the deer doing now?
That's what I was just thinking. What the deer do?
What's the deer do?
What the deer doing, dog?
He waits for just a moment, and he's peering at you, and you guys see a crocodile start to walk up from around behind the building on either side, and a couple more start slithering in from a little bit farther out, and another deer hops up on the rocks over next, probably 60 feet out from you, and they're all just like slowly walking towards you, waiting to see what you're gonna do.
Deer, you know a squirrel that was in a cage?
It just snorts at you.
Okay, so we're being approached by 3 ominous deer and 2 crocodiles?
Yes, but wrong numbers. 2 ominous deer and 4 crocodiles.
Okay, so we've got Aubrey. Me and Shadow have Aubrey like under our arms. I'm just gonna like slowly back away from everything, away from the burning town.
Oh man, there's bats still. Fuck these bats, boy.
Yeah, the bats are flitting around, and they even kind of start swirling overhead, almost like almost like ravens.
We've got Aubrey. I'm backing away slowly, is what I'm doing.
Same. And I probably need to get down to the store and get a fucking muzzle for Jeffrey. This is going to be a problem.
Yeah, so your animals were just kind of like dropped out over here.
Revenge
and-
is spraying mud out of her cooter.
Oh my god! Get that shit checked out, boy.
So the wagon, we'll say, is just stopped like right over here and is not surrounded in rocks.
So, am I able to perceive at all whether these animals are sentient in this moment?
They
In this moment,
make
I
me a
am
nature
euphoric.
check.
What?
A nature check.
Nature, of course. That's what I would love to do. And fuck nature check.
Euphoric.
God damn.
I'm a neckbeard.
Rolled a 6 with my
Roll a
fucking
6.
+1 to nature and my hunter ranger.
You're not sure. Yeah, well, how are you not proficient in nature? Anyways, you're not
I don't know.
sure if they're sentient or not, but they definitely don't seem very friendly.
Okay. Am I able to call Starfire to me?
Starlight, maybe.
Oh, Starlight.
I like Starfire though. All right. Okay, so you whistle to Starlight, and Starfire tries to
Oh!
what?
He doesn't want you to change the name.
Star starts running towards you. Y'all can work that
Starlight!
shit out later. Starlight starts running towards you, and the deer like starts to huff and scrape its jaws, and takes a few steps towards you and starts snorting at you.
Can I roll an intimidation check at the deer and try and get on revenge?
You want to try to like, slide over to revenge?
I'm moving towards revenge and I'm trying to intimidate this deer.
I'm trying to get on my horse.
Yeah. So Starlight makes it to you, and you get on your horse.
Damn
That's
it.
right.
Go for
So
it!
you hop
At
up on
once.
Starlight. You go to make an intimidation check on this deer, Taylor. As you're moving towards it, you're kind of staring it down, and you kind of like do one of those like buff man moves where you jerk your chest towards him,
Exactly.
and he takes a step back and he snorts, and then he lowers his antlers and
Oh,
blasts
damn.
a sonic wave out of his antlers at you, and I need you guys to roll initiative.
God damn, we were so close to me keeping this from being a fight.
I still
So
think we
close.
can get the hell out of here.
Yeah,
I was gonna turn these animals to our side.
You were?
Yep.
Okay.
And Dr. Doolittle ass.
Still Tom.
Fuck no, they just blasted you.
18.
Still don't have mounted combat figured out.
We did it pretty close.
14.
8.
Where did you take Aubrey when you ran to revenge?
I'm carrying her.
Oh fuck, she dead.
No, she's like right behind me. This is what I was thinking.
All right. And I rolled the horse's stuff. So Revenge actually has his turn first. And so we're gonna see.
He's gonna come to me.
Yeah, we're gonna see what he does, considering
Come,
he's
my
going
lady.
through a lot of
Come,
issues
my
right
lady.
now.
You're my butterfly, revenge, baby.
He's just gonna stomp around a little bit, and he's just experiencing this nightmare. He doesn't run off, and he doesn't come to you. He's just
Okay.
stomping around, shaking, having a hell of a time. And it
He's
is
in
your
his
turn.
He's in his K-hole, man.
I'm going to get on him,
All right.
and I'm gonna throw Aubrey on the back.
Okay, so I will say it just uses half your movement as it's supposed to for you to get on him. Pulling Aubrey on, you were close enough. I think it's just movement to move with someone that you have grappled. So I think you can do all that just by using movement. So you still have your action.
Okay, I'll throw a hand axe at the deer.
My God.
Okay,
Shit just got real.
throw a hand axe at the deer.
21 to hit.
All right, that'll hit. Let's hit this deer in the forehead.
10 damage.
Okay, 10 damage. Woo! So yeah, you catch this guy in the head and kind of knocks him silly, but it's not enough to take him down.
I'm going to use the rest of my movement to keep moving away from town.
Okay, so you hop on and you take off
You
that
go to
way.
the cart.
Towards the cart, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. About right there.
All right, and then Shadow, you are on your horse and it's your turn.
All right. Well, this deer has been marked by the hunter's mark.
Okay.
This is unfortunate. Okay, hunter's mark. Shadow, with sadness in his eyes, raises the Drekben bow
Okay.
and rolls a modified 25 to hit.
That'll hit, and since this is a beast, I need you to roll again with its special ability. It has a special ability where if you get a hit on a beast, then you get to roll again, and if that would also be a hit, then you count your hit as a critical.
Oh my God. Oh, that's a 21.
Okay, so count it as a critical.
Oh my God. Okay.
Finish him.
Okay, so there's 8 plus a D8 plus a D6 is gonna. Wait, do I double those also?
He's dead, Jim.
Yeah, he's dead.
That's
you killed him.
19.
But
Oh,
yes,
okay.
you would have doubled those.
Okay. So then I turn my attention to this crocodile that's. I'm missing the fourth crocodile.
There's one kind of back behind the house. There's one over here. There's one
Oh,
here.
okay.
There's one here, and there's one here. So there's 2 coming around the house. Y'all have your back to the house, and they're like 30 yards away. And then there's 2 more out in the field in front of you, like maybe 50
So
plus feet away,
turn my attention to this one over here.
80 feet away. Okay. The one behind to your left, which is kind of y'all's escape route that you're
So
mapping.
that's a 26, rolling again, and a 24. So rolling that as a crit.
Roll like a crit.
Fuck, yeah.
So 19 total damage.
Yeah. Also, it's still the same turn, so you used your bonus action at the beginning to cast Hunter's Mark. So I don't think you can recast.
Okay. So whatever it was,
Just
I don't know.
Just the crit damage, so 9 damage. So he is
9
still up.
damage. Okay. And then I'm going to move
Okay.
so that I can be in a position to body block for body knock to get to Jeffrey.
Body block for body knock. I love it. Okay.
Thunderclap deer. Fuck that.
And he is dead.
Ah,
So it is this other
s-
creature's
Sludgigator.
turn.
Fucking fighting a bunch of Pokemon.
Yeah.
So he is going to move 20 feet closer. And then the question is it going to be close enough?
This campaign is kind of like fucking hardcore Pokemon, actually, now that I think about it.
Sludgigator.
So he's going to move another 20 feet up to you, but he's slow. So he's just poof, 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 poof. And yeah, he's got a bright yellow ooze seeping out of the alligator's mouth and nostrils. And it's just like, as he walks, he's leaving a slick of it behind him. It slides all over his body as he slithers towards you.
Fucking snail trail.
Oh, yeah. Body knock. It's your turn.
I'm gonna take off sprinting and leap Mount Jeffrey.
Take off sprinting and leap Mount Jeffrey. All right, make me an acrobatics check as you leap mount him.
6.
So you go to leap out of him and you just kind of crawl. You go all the way over him, like Dukes of Hazzard style, and then have to crawl back onto him. So you get up on your Jeff.
I'm
your
gonna slap
jetty
the
boy.
hood and follow the boys.
All right, and then so yeah, use your movement, but you're on him and can use his movement now.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue to follow behind Taylor.
All right. So you kind of
Or whatever his stupid character name is.
How dare you?
Like, don't forget the cart.
Wait, I thought we were going towards the cart.
Yeah, I just want to make sure we're not
Oh, okay.
abandoning the cart.
Yeah, we're running to the car.
Okay.
it is so that's the end of Body Knock's turn, and it is this fire bat behind you's turn, and it just kind of swoops down at you, Shadow, but it doesn't even get within 10 feet of you. It just kind of swoops around you, just flapping its fiery weirdness. And then it's this other crocodile's turn, or alligator's turn. He's gonna run 40 feet. I don't know if I got crocodile or alligator right. Which one's in the ocean?
Croc with salt water.
The bat is going to flap over towards you guys, and then this alligator is going to make it to here, and then he is going to get up on just a little bit of a slope here and then slide
Oh my god.
on, like, spray out a huge spray of this stuff and slide into you guys. And I need you both to make me a dexterity saving throw as he rams you and coats the ground around you with sludge.
My god. What an asshole.
Oh, I got a good one. 22.
Saves dexterity. 6.
Okay, so Talik, you will take half damage. So you'll take half of 7.
Okay.
And then Body Knock, you'll take all 7 damage and get knocked prone as you. Well, I guess it won't even be you. It'll be Mr.
Jeffers.
Mr. Jeffers will get knocked prone as this thing knocks the feet out from under him. Yeah, and then it is the bat that was up above him's turn. And he is going to swoop in and alight this oily slick
Oh my
that's
god.
left behind. And it's going to explode and burst into fire. I need you all to make another dexterity saving throw, and I'm pretty sure if you're prone, you have to make that a disadvantage.
15.
Oh my god.
Creature has disadvantage on attack rolls.
Yeah, I rolled a 14 on both dice anyways, so 17.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
15
okay.
for me.
So you'll both succeed, so you'll take half of the fire damage as you kind of jerk out of the way, which would be 9 damage, so you'll take 4.
Okay.
And then it is this deer's turn. So he's gonna run up 40 feet.
yeah,
Oh, no, he's 50 feet, so he gets all the way to here. And then he is going to aim his antlers at you and release this cone of supersonic sound that wraps around you. It's a 30-foot cone, so let's see if he hits the other guys. Nope, he just hits Shadow. With this supersonic cone, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, Seth.
These guys are just dicks.
6.
Oh!
Okay, so you failed Constitution saving throw, and essentially, you know that those like sound blaster things that they use for riot suppression, it's like that. It just like cripples your entire body, and you can make me one for Starlight, because your speed becomes 0 and you have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws and ability checks.
10.
Okay, so he also fails. So yeah, he can't move. He's just locked up.
For how long?
As long as you're in this wave, and he seems to just be holding the wave at you. There's another bat over here that kind of flits over the top of this thing and dips down towards you guys. And then it is Talik's turn.
I am going to try and take Aubrey and get her inside the cart.
Okay.
Well, how do you want me to do that? I'm like 5 feet from the cart.
Yeah, I'll say, let's see, free object interaction to open it, and then you gotta toss her into it. That's the part that I'm not sure what that would take, because it's generally free to release a grappled person, but I don't know what it would be to toss them up in there. But she's semi-conscious, so we'll say you just kind of set her up there, and she'll do the rest. So yeah, you just drop her off. So we'll say it's free. You just
Okay.
step over here and drop her off.
So I want to do that, and then I want to. How far am I from this croc now?
We'll just say you're within 5 feet. You just stepped over and tossed her in and didn't leave his range.
Okay. I'm gonna take a swing with the great sword at this croc.
All right, so swinging down from above.
Yep. 14 to hit.
His AC is a 12, so you hit him.
Okay. Oh baby, good damage. 15 damage to him.
Woo! Okay, so you slash down and take out this croc.
Okay. What else is close to me?
Nothing. There's a couple bats up, flittering around you.
How far am I from this deer that's got shadow?
You're about 50 feet. If you avoided the cone, it'd probably be a full 60 feet. Yeah, to run around the cone.
Let me look at something real quick. I'm thinking about using my charger ability.
Well, you're on your horse. So.
Oh, I had assumed I jumped off the horse when I put Aubrey in.
Oh, well, I was thinking
cannon.
it's a high up cart. I was thinking it'd be easier to just toss her in from.
Oh, okay, off the back of the horse. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's like, it's pretty much waist level with you when you're on a horse.
All right. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to use about 30 feet of the horse's movement, which would put me somewhere in the back of the cart,
Okay.
a little further, about there. Let's we can call it 30 right there. I'd like to hop off the horse and use my charger ability and charge at the deer that's got shadow sonically stunned. And then I want to use my action surge to take an additional action.
Right. Yeah. You gotta. I'm tracking what you're doing. You're gonna use your action surge to use the dash action, which lets you use your bonus action to attack him.
And I'm going to also use my charger feat, which gives me an additional +5 on the damage roll.
All right.
If I hit. So I'm going to rush up to him here, try and hit him with the greatsword.
All right. So you run around this alligator,
I got
and
an
18 will hit.
All right. I'm going to roll the damage, and then I'm going to add a +5.
Okay.
Give me something good. Okay. So I got a 14 +5, 19 damage to the deer.
Okay. So that takes the deer out,
Let's
and the
go.
cone disappears.
God. Good job, Talik.
All right. So then I will end my turn. I'll be like, Shadow, make a break for it.
And you feel this wave of relief as the horrifying lockdown comes off of you and Starlight, and it is your turn.
Alec, watch out for that sludge gator.
Sludgigator.
Is double team a bonus action or an action?
We decided it would take Starlight's action to activate it.
Is Starlight trained enough to act independently as in mounted combat?
Yeah, it just does whatever you want him to do. So basically, you know how you can move 120 feet per turn by doing 60 plus dashing? I'm just adding another option for the actions that he can take.
Well, no, that's completely in the mounted combat rulebook.
Right, and so I'm adding double team as another option, in addition to the dash, disengage, etc. actions that he can always take.
Alright, so Starlight, sensing what all's going on, is going to activate double team. So lightning and electricity crackle around us as we go into a blur to our enemy's visions.
Love it. Alright.
And the Drekben bow is drawn and pointed at the sludgigator that's right next to Talik.
Alright.
10.
10 will not hit. It bounces off his spiny back.
Okay, second shot. That's a modified 25, so
That'll
rolling a
definitely
second die. It's modified 26.
Oh, alright. Roll crit damage.
I've cast Hunter's Mark on him.
Moved 100 mark to him. Okay.
Yeah. Alright, so we got... So there's going to be 14 plus the 2d6s.
Hell yeah.
So that'll be 19 damage to the sludgigator.
Okay. So he almost goes down in one shot. You sink it deep into his mouth and he just... And he looks up at you, spewing toxic, caustic, yellow ooze everywhere.
Oh shit, he's not dead. Jeez.
Not quite.
Don't worry. Get back to the card. I'll finish him.
Shadow's not strong enough to scoop up Talik, is he?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think he is. I think
Talik's
we looked it
so
up before.
heavy.
He's way
Yeah.
too
Not
heavy
with
for
all
me.
my gear. I'm like 350 pounds.
Right.
Okay, so Shadow is going to ride forward. What's my movement on my horse? It's a lot.
I think yours is 70. Starlight's extra fast.
So he's going to ride up 40 feet. He's going to slap these draft horses on the ass so they'll get Aubrey out of here.
Okay. So they take off running down the road.
He's going to come back and post up right here in preparation to help Talik.
Gotcha. Okay. Whew. Alright, so dead deer. And then it is the gator next to you, Talik, so he is going to try to take a bite out of you.
What's going on with poor Body Knock? Jeez.
He's been on the ground for a while, but it's his turn next. There's so
God.
much going on. That's an 11 to hit, so he misses you.
I'm going to use my riposte and use a superiority die to attack.
Alright, let's see it.
And I'm just going to swing with the gray sword at him. I think he's close to death, so I'm just going to try and finish him off here. 25 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
11 plus 3, 14 damage.
Oh, yeah. So he spins around to take a bite out of you, and you just effortlessly dodge out of the way and come down with the greatsword straight into the top of his head.
Oh, yeah.
Take him down. And Body Knock, you and Jeffrey are on the ground. What are you doing?
We get back up
Okay. You use half your movement, stand back up.
and follow behind the car.
Okay. Take off, follow in the cart. Okay. And then it is a Firebat's turn. So it is going to swoop in to this dead alligator and try to light the fire around it.
My God!
But he's not able to light it, and he flies back off.
Horrible creature.
But then this other alligator is going to move over here, and then he's going to do the slide thing and try to slide through you.
Oh
It
God!
just like slides into you. I need you to make another dexterity saving throw.
All right, 20.
20? Okay, so you succeed. You'll take half of 3, so you'll take 1 damage, and you do not fall down. But it's this other bat's turn, and he swoops in, and he lights the trail of ooze that alligator had just sent. And I need you to make another dexterity save for the
Okay.
fiery explosion that occurs.
That one, 4.
Okay, so you're going to take all of the 5 damage as this catches on fire.
Okay.
Alright, and then it is dead alligator. Bat over by dead alligator. He's just going to fly after the cart a little bit. Dead deer. Other bat flies after the cart. Alright, so he's gonna slide attack you again. The same rigmarole.
8 on the dex save.
Ooh, so he is going to slip underneath you and knock you prone as you take a full 6 damage.
Slippery little fuckers. Okay.
Then it's your turn. So you can immediately stand back up.
Okay. So I'm gonna stand back up. I have 2 around me.
Indeed.
All right. Can I roll and see if they have any immunities or any weaknesses?
Yeah, go ahead and make me a nature check.
Okay. 1.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Based off of the smell, they smell like a mix of sulfur and gasoline. So you just know that they're toxic as hell. You don't like being by them.
I mean, the bats light their slime on fire, so are they weak to fire? I guess I don't know.
Yeah, you're not sure with that roll. I mean, you can take your best educated guess, but mechanically, you're not certain.
Okay. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna try my luck and try and get away.
Okay. You can always use the disengage action, and then they can't even take opportunity attacks.
Yeah, I'm gonna try the disengage action,
Okay.
and I'm gonna run back to revenge
Okay. So you disengage, you run back to revenge.
and hop on her.
Put you right there. Make you on revenge. Okay.
And then I'm gonna keep moving towards my bros here and be like, let's just get the fuck out of here.
Okay, so y'all take off running, and the alligators kind of slump after you. What are you doing, Seth?
Oh, I'm taking shots.
All right. Who are you taking shots at?
So as they retreat, so which one did he hit? Because the one I was shooting at
I
is
think
dead.
he killed it. I think he
I
killed,
killed
it.
it. These two I haven't
Okay.
hit.
So I'm switching Hunter's Mark to this one.
Okay.
And going to hit. Oh! That's a miss.
Okay.
Rolling the second shot. 15.
That's a hit. Roll for Beast.
18.
All right. Beast Bane activates.
There's going to be 16 there.
Ooh.
Plus.
Good roll.
Oh, yeah. Plus another 12. So
Oh.
28 damage to that one.
So that one goes straight into him, and it just instantly dies and slumps to the ground.
Okay, and so then I'm going to turn and follow
Take
the
off.
homies.
Okay. So you guys start sprinting off, and those guys are very slow. So if you want to outrun them, the bats don't even really follow you. They're just kind of like flitting around the alligators, and you run off a little ways, and you look back on the town, and it's just burning.
We got Aubrey in the cart, and we're just chasing behind the cart. Okay. Can we steer it back towards Bilyatok?
Yep, absolutely. So y'all are out of combat, and can do whatever you would like.
Yeah, let's head back towards Bilyatok and back to Baron Debilius.
Okay, so y'all take off running. Do you want to
That
just
shit got real.
go through the night, sort of thing? Just
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
like,
we're not.
We're like totally
Okay.
freaked out. We got to get back to the Baron's house.
so y'all will get back. It's like 2 days worth of travel. So if y'all go all through the night and go straight through to the next day, y'all will arrive the next evening in Bilyatok with 1 level of exhaustion. So
I'd say we should arrive in Billy Talk and go to the guild hall.
Safest place.
Drop off Aubrey for treatment and get the, put our
That's the
stuff
guild
up.
hall. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. Good call. Good call.
okay, so y'all head back to Bilyatok to the Confluence Guild Hall.
And we're just kind of like shaking and like, what the fuck?
Shit got fucking sketchy.
Got sketchy as hell. Y'all had rushed back to Bilyatok instead of doing the normal 2-day journey and taking a night in there. Y'all just rode through the night and rode all through the next day and got back to Bilyatok around 9 p.m. the night after the raising of Heathertone. And so I told you guys, since y'all skipped a night of rest, that you'd have a level of exhaustion. But I realized y'all had the cart.
And cocaine.
And so I don't see any reason that y'all couldn't take turns resting in the cart and having someone else haul your horse.
Ah, yeah.
So we'll say that the horses all have a level of exhaustion. Obviously, Jeffrey could sit in the wagon,
Jeffrey don't get tired, boss.
so he wouldn't be tired. So the horses' first level of exhaustion is you lose half your speed. So we'll say that the horses are slowed at this point
For how long?
until they rest.
Oh, well, it's night.
Well, we're back at the
it's,
guild hall, so
It's 8
Right.
p.m. at the guild hall. I think we're gonna
Right. And
get
y'all are
in
probably
here.
going to put them up, but y'all might. I don't know what y'all are going to do. So I just wanted to. So that's where we're at mechanically.
That was epic. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and give myself a long rest because we don't know what we're getting into in Bilyatok. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do it on the phone.
Yes. Yeah. Go ahead and give yourselves a long one.
That's what she said.
So the druid was holding a spear that gave our animals powers and basically gave us an ultimatum, and the druid's not such a nice guy anymore, we think, or we don't know. I mean, what?
I mean, he said that humanity would be annihilated and the world would be set back to right.
Okay.
So whether he's acting under his own free will or he's under the psychic control of that fucked up squirrel we found in the cage, we're unsure.
Yeah, that's a good
I
point.
think it all leads back to that squirrel. I think that is the god of it all.
Yep, pretty sure that squirrel was the key, and we let him out.
I threw a picture of the orb that he was wielding in the Discord.
Okay.
And that's what he used. He shot beams of light came shooting out of that, and it shot like 3 beams out at first, but the one that was headed towards Starlight just fizzled out on its way to him, and then the other 2 beams hit Revenge and Jeffrey. And yeah, like Seth said, they went through a very rapid transformation, and mechanically they're going to have some alterations to them. As you've been riding Revenge and checking him out on the way back, you've noticed that this thick mud that's kind of coating his body is hardened a little bit, and it's just so thick that it's almost creating a natural protection for him. And essentially, mechanically, is what that's going to do is it's going to raise his AC up to 14 total AC.
Nice.
And then Jeffrey
Spits hot fire.
Yeah, his slobberiness, he's just, every time it drips on the ground, it just kind of sizzles. And so all of his bite attacks are going to do an extra 1d6 acid damage.
Petition to formally change Jeffrey's name to Dylon.
Wow.
He could be. That could be his nickname.
Five best rappers alive.
Hot fire.
Dylon.
Wait, is that a Street
Oh,
Fighter reference?
Chappelle
Chappelle's
Show.
joke.
Man, that one fell flat. Edit.
I'm sorry. I
No, that was
know
good.
what y'all are talking about.
They don't all hit within this group, but you know, there's somebody out there.
There's someone out there that's gonna just love it.
Hey, the votes spoke.
The
That's
votes,
right.
the votes did spoke,
Fan favorite.
It'd be like that.
and then they each got a passive ability,
Ooh.
and I'll drop all that into or those are their passive abilities. They each also have a active ability that y'all can
Can
experiment
Jeffrey's
with.
bullshit hurt any of us or myself?
I mean, as long as you don't stick your hand in his mouth, no.
Well, I mean, it's a dog, dude.
Well, yeah, I mean, it kind of sizzles if it gets on you. It's not pleasant. Keep your
Everybody,
hands out of his sizzly
don't
mouth.
play fetch with Jeffrey anymore.
Yeah, you just gotta wear a glove, and replace the glove every once in a while as it gets eaten away by acid.
That's cool, though. I always love Jeffrey, even if he has acid slobber.
Oh man.
At least he's not caked in shit like somebody else.
Revenge has a new ability called Earthglide, where I have the ability to pass through solid earth once per day, up to 60
Some
feet.
Sasquatch shit.
And Jeffrey's ability is called Gas Cover. He can create a cloud of thick, sulfur-smelling smoke in a 5-foot radius. It obscures vision
Damn right.
and gives +5 AC. That's awesome.
So Jeffrey's like a dog I used to have.
He'll fart on you.
Acid slobber and stink farts.
Ugh.
The best mastiff. Okay. So, what are you guys doing?
I'd say we sleep and go see Brandabilia at first light. But that's because I like to progress. I don't care what we do.
Yeah, I mean, this seems pretty urgent. There's a fucking city on fire.
I guess we need to walk in and make sure we don't trigger some kind of mayhem.
Yeah, like, is somebody gonna be waiting to kill us here?
I would like our odds if somebody came for us here.
Maybe. What if everybody inside is dead, man?
Now, as you guys walk in, you look over to the right, and Mr. Bushi is just doing a little bit of paperwork at the table as you guys walk in. He says, "Oh, you guys look a little road weary. Good to see you back."
Bro, you need to call the fire department, like, now.
Big
What?
problems in Heathertown.
Oh, what seems to be going on?
Well, the whole town's on fire, for starters.
And he just pushes the chair back as he stands up. You hear the wood squeak, and he takes off his glasses and sets them on the table. He's like, "What do you mean the whole town's on fire?"
Well, you see, these bats were on fire, and they landed on the town, and the town caught on fire. And then the alligators threw sludge out of themselves, and the bats landed in the sludge and caught that shit on fire. And the deer had superpowers, and a druid shot some stuff at our animals, and they're gonna kill humanity.
He's just like, slow down. Well, that's a lot to take in. Well, a druid, where to start? Is everyone at the town? Are they okay?
No, just one.
No, they're not. And here's Aubrey. She rode with us. She's in the cart. Come out here and give us a hand and help grab her. We need to find her a room ASAP. She needs to rest. She was inside her inn, smoked out.
So he runs out there and gets her, and y'all have been trying to tend to her wounds and take care of her on the way back, but she's still recovering. She's not feeling great, but she hobbles in with y'all's help, and y'all get her inside. He says, I'll take care of Aubrey here. We need to let the Baron know immediately.
Okay, we'll head over to his estate right now.
Yeah, let's go. Let's head that way now. We're going to leave our horses hitched up here. They need to rest.
Absolutely, I'll tend to them.
One question. You don't happen to know anybody by the name of Albert Dunder, do you?
Let me think. No, can't say that I do. Not familiar with him.
Okay.
Should I be?
Nope. Just curiosity.
Don't worry about it. Just a guy we met somewhere. Nothing happened. He's
All right.
still fine. He's fine.
Knowing you three, I suspect he's less than fine, but I'll take your word for it. Okay, so you guys headed over to Mr. Debilius?
I believe so.
As a side note, I really don't like how you keep using the word murder when you refer to what we did to that guy. I see it as more of self-defense.
Murder? You don't like the word murder?
That one
Okay.
was a murder.
All right. I will replace the word murder with assassinate.
That has political connotations. He was in the wrong place, wrong time.
Wow.
Wrong place, wrong time. Does that make it less of a murder? That's the question you gotta ask yourself. Okay, so yeah, y'all come up to the front, and there's actually just a guard standing out. He says, who goes there?
Dangleberry,
And-
go get Debilia.
And the other guard is like guarding one of the doors, and he starts to step forward, and then you actually hear, "Hey, who's that I hear over there? Oh, is that you, Shadow?"
Yep.
And the guard just kind of like turns and looks at you guys and stands out of the way. Clearly, you guys know Mr. Debilia. So he's out back, and he's got Schnookums with him, and Schnookums is pawing at him, trying to give him a ball. So he takes the ball and throws it. He says, "Oh, welcome back, gentlemen. I didn't expect to be seeing y'all so late in the evening. What is everything all right?"
We penetrated the grotto.
Oh, that's excellent news. I'd love to hear a full report, but is this something that could wait till tomorrow?
Oh, definitely not. Who do you have in the Heathertone area right now?
Just a small group of guards that patrol the area. They actually swap out with my local garrison here. Why?
Well, when we left, the entire town was on fire. If they were there, they're likely dead.
What? What did... tell me more. And then he shouts, he says, "Barnabas! What exactly is happening? What do you mean it's all on fire? Was there an accident, or...?"
Well, Talik here was managed to save Miss Aubrey Heathertone, but... we've been telling you and others about the strange animals around, and these bats. They were on fire. Never seen anything like it. Just like a bunch of flying black-winged torches flitting about, and they landed on all the houses and set the whole town afire.
Barnabas, go notify Adenstor. We need to get aid to Heathertone immediately. Tell him it's a humanitarian effort. Get water and food, and have his men suited up. I want him ready in an hour. He says, "Oh, yes, sir," and he takes off out the front gate.
Baron, this didn't seem to be an accident. It seemed to be a coordinated attack. There was alligators that were leaving trails of some sort of sludge that was flammable, and the bats were lighting it. And there was a strange druid that we've actually ran into a few times before in our travels, and he seemed to have an interest in what was going on, and maybe was behind the attack.
That is very troubling. I suppose it's not just a humanitarian effort then. Guard! And the guard kind of turns and says, "Ready my armor. I'll be upstairs momentarily to don it. Will you walk with me?" And he starts walking up the stairs. He says, "This druid, what do you know about him?"
Well, we've encountered him a time or two, but let me tell you, a regular household guard is not going to be able to handle him if he decides to turn violent.
And you have reason to believe the guard is still in Heathertone?
I have reason to believe that anyone that was in Heathertone is dead.
The druid, he said he was going to what was it, boys? Half Moon?
Old Moon Tower. He wanted us to
Tower.
join in his cause to erase humanity from these lands.
Baron, keep in mind, when regarding animals, this druid has the ability to give animals unseemly powers.
You ought to see what they did to old Jeffrey.
Oh no, is Jeffrey alright?
It's no worse for the wear, but his slobber has turned rather acidic, and he is somewhat gassy.
Well, I can't say that's entirely uncommon for this breed, but it sounds like it may be something more extreme.
Very
And
much so.
as y'all are talking, he's like taking off his overcoat and has like stripped down to his skivvies, and he's already got his undergarment on, and the guards are starting to like fit his armor onto him. And Schnookums has come up beside them, and one of the guards is like fitting her out with some armor.
Speaking of, we need to pick up Talik's armor while we're here.
Is that breastplate ready, Baron?
You placed that with one of the shopkeepers, not with Baron.
Okay.
Not with the Baron. But yeah, it should definitely be ready at this point, because y'all were gone for like over a week.
Mm-hmm. But they won't be open. We'll come back during the day for that.
He says, "I must go to Heathertone and do what I can to help the people there. I hate to ask this of you, gentlemen, but do you intend to help this druid?"
As it stands right now, we don't know what his intentions are. He seems to be dead set on wiping the humanity from the earth, or from the continent. So I'm not sure that he's someone we would like to align ourselves with.
If we can identify that he's being controlled from a third party, then we may attempt to free him from the grasp of said third party. But at this time, we do not have any plans to wipe out humanity with him, if that's your question.
In that case, I would ask you, go to Old Moon Tower and find him, and do whatever it takes to stop this madness before it goes any further. I'll go to Heathertone and see if I can help there. Save a contingency of my best men. And by this point, he's like all strapped up in like full plate armor, and Schnookums is all strapped up, and he like hops up on her and mounts her, and they hand him this like massive full-size lance. And he's just like, "I really appreciate all the help you've done."
Abelia, before you go, do you know the name of a dragonborn named Flitz?
Blitz. That name does sound familiar.
He is who we believe to be leading the poaching and illicit ring of criminals that operate out of the grotto. We contended with one of his lieutenants and took her out, but we had to escape due to the overwhelming amount of forces that they had there. He is not to be engaged in direct combat with a small band of household guards, I can tell you that.
I understand. And the grotto, what can you tell me about it?
I think that can be handled at another time. Let's deal with this druid problem first.
As much as it pains me and I want to tackle the grotto, I believe you're right. He says, and he turns to the guys, he's like, sounds like y'all have held up your end of the bargain. More than enough. And he like snaps at one of the guards, and the guard like walks out of the room for a second and comes back, and he tosses you a purse with 1,000 gold in it.
Oh my.
1,000 total.
Yeah, 1,000 total gold in it.
Okay.
He says, please make haste in dealing with this druid.
Shadow, do you have any interest in holding any of this gold?
Nah.
All right, I'm gonna take 500 body knock if you want to take 500.
Okay, I'm writing it down. Damn, I have to add this. I have like those gems and 1,000 gold to add from still. We are loaded.
Yeah, I'm up to about 1,500. That's after we paid for that plate armor for me. All right, boys. I say we head back to Bushi, get some rest at the Confluence Guild Hall, and then we'll head out in the morning. And I'd like to stop by and grab my new armor on our way. Let's see if we can find this old moon tower. What do y'all think?
Sounds good. Hey, strategically, where are we in moon phases right now?
So today is the 5th of harvest. Y'all are about to go to bed on the 5th of harvest, and the next full moon is the 22nd of harvest.
Damn, I was hoping it was closer. I was kind of wanting to use it to our advantage. Fucking let him loose, dude.
Just get in, just find the druid right as he transforms.
Yeah, and then maybe the druid will give his werewolfness some sick powers.
Oh man.
For ease of gameplay, can I just convert these gems to gold?
Yeah.
It would be 800 gold.
Yeah. Okay, I've got that. I'm at 2320, so we're Gucci. I've got 5 platinum as well.
Oh yeah.
I'll need a breastplate eventually, but
Yeah.
You can probably get that from Frindor here, or you can actually get it from the same place that Taylor's getting his breastplate's a lot easier to
Frindor?
get fitted. This guy's name is Frindor Debilia.
oh, I thought his first name was Debilia. I don't know why. I thought Debilia didn't have anything my size. Last time we were here.
You're right. You're right. He didn't. But the other place will. The other place will have a breastplate. So yeah, y'all go back to Confluence, get some rest.
So Shadow's gonna go to the Confluence Library and find out where Old Moon Tower is.
Okay. Yeah, so go ahead and make me let's do a skill challenge.
Okay.
So you're doing a research skill challenge, so anything that you feel is appropriate, you can, kind of argue, but obviously history checks, investigation checks.
While Shadow does that, I'm gonna go check on Aubrey.
Okay.
So how does this proficiency with a set of artisan's tools lets you add your proficiency bonus to any ability checks you make using the tools in your craft. So I've got my cartography tools out. I've got the maps laid out on the table, and I'm using them to, study the maps. How does that play in?
So that can be one of your checks, using your cartography skills, and you could use either survival or not survival. You could use either your wisdom or intelligence. I'll do either one, and then add your proficiency to that because you're using the cartography tool. So basically,
So roll my wisdom check and add +3.
Yeah, basically, is what the tools do is they make up a new skill that's just not added. You know, so you can have a million skills and
Right.
of all the different tool types, and so they just don't list them all.
So do I roll persuasion or do I roll wisdom?
Just roll your wisdom and then add 3.
Not persuasion, perception, I meant. Okay, roll my wisdom and add 3. Modified 22.
Okay, so that one's definitely a pass. So you're looking, and you find it pretty quickly on one of the maps in the study. It's on the southwest side of the Copperstone Mountain Range, which, so you know it's basically over the mountains that y'all have been interacting with this whole time. Go ahead and make me a history investigation as you're doing your research here. Or not a history investigation, a history skill check.
Modified 14.
So as you're looking through this, you see that it apparently used to belong to someone named Sycamore a long time ago, and apparently has been just a empty tower for quite some time now. The other information that you find as you're looking through it is information about the Copperstone Mountains, in particular the mountain range, the ridge along it is owned, or not owned, but inhabited by, and I guess owned by stone giants. They have a great city and wall that runs along the entire length of the Copperstone Mountain Ridge, and they're fairly reclusive. Make me a nature check for what you know about, or not nature check. It'd be another history check. We'll just roll this one over. So is what you know about them and learn about. Actually, with your knowledge, you just know this about the stone giants, and these in particular, that they're a fairly reclusive type of giant, and they're not actively aggressive. However, they're incredibly territorial, and so anyone that approaches their mountain is an issue for them. Make me... What are the other skills? I want to see what the right skill would be for...
Well, they're my favorite enemies, so I have advantage on survival checks to track your favorite enemies, as well as on intelligence checks to recall information about them.
Yeah, go ahead and make me that roll again then, and we'll call it this one the advantage roll.
History?
Yeah, make me another history check on them.
Yeah, 17.
You've heard tale that they're known to immediately attack anyone that tries to approach their mountain range. But make me a investigation check while you're doing your research.
Fortunate. 10.
10. So you see some notes in there about an alternate route, about a cave system through the mountain as another option for getting to the other side of the Copperstone Mountain.
Seals, we're going to Moria.
I was gonna ask. I was looking at the map here. Like, I noticed there's a ship right here. Like, could we charter a ship?
Yeah, that would absolutely be an option.
Okay. Is this place that we're going to on the Moon Islands?
It is not out on the Moon Islands. It is just, it's not on the map, but it's like right on the opposite side of the Copperstone Mountains, in the foothills. Like it's.
I see. I got you. So like south of Ev.
Yes. Yep.
At this time, I've checked on Aubrey, and I come walking into the library, and I've got a pint of beer. Y'all are like, "Where the hell did you get a pint of beer?"
So Bushi comes in with you because he was checking on Aubrey. He's like, "So, Talik was filling me in a little bit on all the goings on. Sounds like y'all are headed to Old Moon Tower then."
Sounds that way, Bushi.
Shadow, what'd you find?
Well, you're not gonna like it. But basically, we may run into an old girlfriend of mine.
Aha.
With that being said, we have an age-old question of going over or under the mountains, because the Copperstone Mountains are where we're headed.
Or around, if you guys want to tempt the seas.
Well, I always think the quickest way to anywhere you're trying to go is a straight line, so...
Bushi says, in this case, I believe you're right, Tolek. There's the mountains underneath are home to the Kreetoks. Good folks, mole people. And they've given safe passage to many a folk who wanted to pass through the Coppertone mines. The mines were all mined out long ago, so there's not a lot of dwarf activity in there anymore, but my ancestors used to be familiar with the Kreetoks and tell great stories about them.
You know, this is reminding me more and more of an old legend I heard once upon a time.
You got any swords that glow?
My
blue,
cousin Balin!
Oh. Well, Bushi, you want to come with?
I'm afraid there's too much for me to do here. My adventuring days are behind me. Plus, someone needs to nurse Aubrey back to health. And Lord knows I'm not going to leave that to ever.
I wanted to see you in action, old fella.
Oh, maybe someday.
All right, boys. I'm going to hit the hay for the night, see if we can get some rest. And it sounds like we're going to the mines.
Oh, boy.
To be continued on the next episode of Dungeons and Dragons and Dummies. Find out what happens to our party next week.